welcome back to Pikasash's The Royal Shop playthrough. So, this time I'll be doing Nazagi's routes. So, basically do what I just did through Callum and Dolores' route up to this episode. So, who could possibly come to my aid? So this is where, like, since we went to Nagasaki's room right before, you choose Nazagi instead of, like, Cassidy, Dolores, or Callum. Apparently Cassidy, Dolores, or Callum lead you to, either Dolores or Callum's ending. So, choose Nazagi instead because you met with him. So, what did I think of him? I suppose the aid of any prince would be useful. But would he actually help me? Perhaps yes, perhaps no. I want to find out what is going on, but for now, all I can do is wait. So, 5C, the spider. I sit on my prison bed, absently toying with a bit of loose string. Yeah, this is like the same thing I read before. Yeah, so, I think this is the only difference. Like, imagine the scene if I had stolen Prince Nazagi's spectacles and forced him to chase me through the palace corridors to retrieve them. Oops, my bad. Okay, no, that would be cruel. Half blind, he would have tripped over his own robes and done himself injury. It would be unfair to challenge him without his spectacles. What would I look like wearing such things? Or Callum? Or Oscar? Ridiculous, no doubt. Lost in my thoughts, I hadn't yet had time to grow lonely, and thus turned only half an ear to the sound of someone approaching. Well, well. Who is that? I stand and move closer to the door. Your Highness? Prince Nazagi stands outside my dungeon cell as if I summoned him by my thoughts. And that's what Otome games do. Okay. What are you doing here? You present something of a riddle, do you not? The wrong fish caught on the wrong hook. I don't follow you. Certain details in your story do not appear to add up. I found you in my rooms, engaged in what appeared to be a clandestine search for the missing princess. According to you, you were aided in breaching my privacy by the mercenary loyalty to the page Dolores Orphe. And yet, now you claim that it was you who kidnapped the princess, and the bravery of Miss Orphe which foiled your plot. An interesting story, but one that raises many questions. If you were in possession of the princess, why were you in my rooms? If this page girl was in service to the crown, why would she have aided you in that pursuit? And if she did not, if you dropped her name to me merely to discredit her, would that not suggest you already found her suspicious? In that case, how did you manage to bungle your plotting so badly? Why take her with you on your adventure? You spin a tangled tale, Miss Bella. My mind whirls as I try to put together what he knows and what he might suspect against the larger picture as I see it. Of course, Pedrick and Paloma gave no thought to Nazagi's view of events. If Dolores neglected to inform them, they might not have any idea that Nazagi and I encountered each other earlier. Their cover story does nothing to address his questions. Prince Nazagi is not my trusted... can't read! Ugh. He is not my friend. He is another player in this game, looking to serve his own ends. I dare not tell him all I know about the king and the wisdom in their lies. That would endanger Oscar. No obvious aim. On the other hand, Nazagi is the first person to contact me here in my imprisonment. He may be the only source of information that I might gain access to. My only chance to find out what is really going on. I could attempt to fill holes in the official story, or I could keep his attention on those walls. It's suspicious, isn't it? It's all rather suspicious, isn't it? So this is actually, if I actually play this game like how I would think, I'd actually be on Nazagi's route, to be like in all seriousness, because the only reason you get on these routes is because you think of whoever you want to be with. So you basically choose your prince. And without choosing my prince, you automatically get put with Callum. So, if it was me, I'd actually be on this route if I didn't have to think, but apparently I have to think. because it's kind of weird. So it would seem. Would you care to offer an explanation? Sometimes our choices are not our own making. There's a danger in knowing too much, the danger of ending up where I am, or worse. Of course, knowledge can also be a useful bargaining tool. That's why I'm still alive. So you do know something. For a moment I smile. Let him wonder. The more value my mysterious information holds in his head, the more he will wish to be on my side. My lord, if you wish to investigate these matters, I must urge caution. Asking the wrong questions of the wrong people could bring down retribution on both our heads. If one wished to ask the correct questions, what would be the correct people? Who would be the correct people? Not Oscar, certainly. I don't want him to draw any more attention to him, and there's a better option. Princess Cassidy. Cassidy knows what really happened out there. I have no idea what her opinion on the cover-up is. She was not present at my little trial. She may not even know where I am. If she is still on the side of truth, she is the most useful ally I could recruit. If it is Cassidy's family who is pulling the strings here, they certainly wouldn't want to cast out on their own heir. And if, despite appearances, she is an enemy, well, then I have given Nazagi no more information than he already had. Let her pick up the pieces. If you wish to know the truth, convey your respects to Princess Cassidy. I would greatly appreciate knowing what she has to say. I see. Well then, until we meet again. He leaves. With my limited viewing angle, he only has to take a few steps to vanish from my sight completely. It would seem that I am not completely without resources after all. Of course, this could still come to nothing. There's no way to know. Thus, the moment I remain at loose ends, floating between moments without so much as a deck of cards which to amuse myself. She still has a window. Same thing that I read before. Kind of boring. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, counting tiles. So right here's the difference. As of yet, there has been no word from Prince Nazagi, nor from Princess Cassidy. Surely he must have reached her by now. What has she said to him? Why hasn't he returned? If no answer comes, does that mean that Cassidy approves of what has been done to me? That wouldn't seem to be in her nature. Nazagi, on the other hand, I can easily see him leaving me here unless he felt he had something to gain by my freedom. Perhaps I should have given him more reason to depend on me? He may have found a way to win Cassidy's trust and gratitude while cutting me out completely. No. As calculating as he may be, he doesn't have enough information. He can't raise his suspicions to the princess without mentioning me. He must be taking his time after all. That's all. After all, he has no reason for urgency. He isn't trapped in a cell. Unless he never intended to assist me in the first place. He may already know far more than he let on. His questions to me could have been a test. I'm making myself dizzy. There are simply too many questions I don't know. Either Prince Nazagi will come back, or he won't. I should neither discount nor rely on him. If I want to get out of this position, I must be prepared to make use of every opportunity. This is actually what I would be thinking if I was like her right now, so okay, I can totally understand what's going on. And therefore, when a noise at the door indicates that a guard has brought me another meal, I do my best to look friendly and harmless. Thank you. What's your name? What is it to you? Nothing really. There's no harm in being civil. It's more polite to thank someone by name. You don't have to tell me. I could make one up. Let's see, you look like a Gerald. Am I close? No. Well, it'll do for now. I take my food and withdraw to my cot, not pressing him for any further interaction. Any well-trained prison guard should know enough to resist wheedling and bribes. Befriending someone properly requires familiarity over time. And so then, the meal, bread, a bit of fish, and cold stew. Compared absolutely, it is a better meal than we managed yesterday morning. Still, I would rather be there by the riverside than here. But that is not the hand that I have been dealt. It is rare for anyone to have completely free choice over where they go and what they do. They are in cages. They are all in cages, trapped by our history, our roles, our expectations. It is only that some cages are more comfortable than others. I eat, I sit, and I think, and time passes. ... A quiet tap at my door. Could it be? I sit on my bed and wait. No need to appear too desperate. Are you there? Can't he see? Oh, no. He probably can't. That's funny. I move closer to the door. I am here, my lord. What have you learned? Tell me, is the princess's life in danger? Why is he asking me that? I'm hardly in the best position to tell. Has something happened? It's one of the things I wish to find out. I have no idea whether Cassie is at the risk at the moment or not, but I do know what happened earlier. There was an assassin. When we were returning to the castle, a man, a fanatic of some sort, tried to run the princess' room. We fought him off, but the man unfortunately died before providing much in the way of information. Interesting. As you were there and I was not, who do you think might have been behind this attack? This is not the time or place to discuss it, my lord. It is not safe. Unfortunately, it is relevant. Princess Cassidy is under guard, and not accepting visitors, so you couldn't reach her. Perhaps if you trusted me with more information than vague suggestions of secrets and danger. Don't be so short-sighted, my lord. His fate tightens at the reminder. There is danger here, and far more for me than you. You are a prince. I am a prisoner and a scapegoat. I don't even know who else may be listening. I suppose I can't disapprove of your caution. However, if you have nothing further to tell me, wait. Prince Callum, he would never risk his sister's safety, and he would never trust that creature Dolores. If you could talk to him in private, and tell him that you have spoken to me here, he has more freedom than I to choose what to tell you. Nazagi stares at me without speaking for a moment. Perhaps it would be more effective if I begged and pleaded, or pretended to hold power and ordered him to obey. If I only knew him better. I've given him nothing but bluff and bluster. He could walk away and leave me here to rot. Still, Nazagi has the air of a cat with tangled... I don't know what that word is. Skin? Or whatever. He won't let this go until he has it all in pieces. As you say. Very well. I hope you have a restful evening. It's nowhere near evening. That must have been his way of telling me not to expect his return anytime soon. And then he is gone, and I am alone again. I don't feel like sitting idle at the moment, so I pace a pattern across the stones of my cell. Nothing too energetic. Not when I don't have the luxury of being clean afterwards. Still, it wouldn't do to let my body fall completely out of practice. Not that I've often been called upon to use my skills in the heat of combat. As a good companion is a noble's last line of defense, one should remain in reserve. I have more experience in sparring or chasing off boisterous drunks than I do in resisting assassination. I will defend what needs defending, but I could never become a fighter for hire. I could never kill for coin. So I'll end Nazagi's episode here. And so like, favorite, do whatever, subscribe, leave a comment below, and thank you for watching!